Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we want to present about analysis of bike sharing system. Uh, First, my group mate is me, Muhammad Syafiq Syazwan bin Muhammad Salim. Second, Muhammad Zur Hisham Nakib bin Maurin. Third is Nawal Izzah binti Izzah Azhar. Dan lastly is Nur Fariha binti Nazri. Next. In our report, we have first executive summary, second project background, third is objective, fourth scope, and then project significance, then expected outcome, and lastly is tool and algorithm to use. Next slide. Okay. For the first is executive summary. Executive summary is we want to aim of this project is to study the usage pattern of bike sharing system, especially examining the factor that influence the number of bicycle rented on normal working day versus weekend or holiday. The scope of the project including using a small data set of less than 1,000 samples. So in executive summary is we want to uh, check where with the factor by influence the number of bicycle rated in working day and holidays. And then we want to check uh, with the temperature. Okay, next slide. Okay. Then the project background is about bike sharing system. Okay, first is the background project want to gain popularity in recent years due to their convenience, environmental benefits, and potential to reduce traffic congestion and improve public health. This system typically operate in urban areas and are designed to supplement public transportation network, providing an alternative mean of transportation for short trip. Then is offer a convenience and sustainable transportation for option for individuals and communities. Look to reduce their reliance on cars and improve their environmental impact. Bike sharing system can also help to reduce traffic congestion and improve air quality by providing an alternative to car traveling for short trips. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, so for the objective, we have three main objective here. The first one is to study the usage patterns of bike sharing system due to the number of bicycle rented during weekdays and weekend. Second is to study the effect of temperature on the rental patterns. And the third one is implement tools and algorithms in order to achieve the results. So for the tools here, we use Python language, and the compiler we use here is Jupyter. And for the algorithm, we use linear regression and prediction. Next. Okay, for the scope of the project includes using a model selection algorithm and tools, specifically regression methods to analyze a small data sets of less than 100,000 samples. It aims to identify the key features that predict the target variable of rental quantity for a given bike sharing service. So for the project significance, the result of the study could improve the efficiency and convenience to get an analysis number of demand on bike sharing service that could be affected by temperature and day, either weekend or weekdays in the city.
So for the expected outcome, actually, we want to get a box plot on the working days and holiday that indicates more bicycles are rented during normal working days than on weekends or holidays. And another important factor seems to be is the temperature, which is high temperature lead to an increasing number of bike rents. And the lower temperature not only decreasing the average numbers of rents, but also show more outliers in the data. And tools and algorithms that use is the target variable is a quantity and the data set is only less than 100,000 examples. So according to the correlation matrix, just a few features contains the data to predict its value. And now we go for the results of the analysis. So based on the analysis, we get that during the day, which is from Sunday to Saturday, actually the value of bike sharing is on the same value, which is more than hundreds on each day. But it has effects on the seasons. So when the highest of bike sharing that being used is during the fall, and the lowest is during the winter. So this shows that even though from Sunday to Saturday it has the same value of bike sharing, but it will give effect during the season. Okay, so for the next graph is we go to temperature versus density and also humidity versus density. So for the first line graph, which is temperature versus density, we know that the quantity of bike sharing is affected by the temperature because as we can see on the graph, when the temperature is increased until one limit, which is 0.3, the quantity also increased. But it slightly decreased on temperature of 0.5, then it increased again, and it stopped when lastly it decreased again when the temperature increased until the maximum degree scale, which is 41 degrees Celsius. So we can conclude that temperature also affected the number of uh, bike sharing. So there is a certain temperature where we can have uh, higher value of bike sharing, and there is a temperature when uh, the quantity of bike sharing is lower and go lower. So the next one is the humidity versus density graph. So for the humidity effect, uh, we can call the graph is on the bell curve graph, where the maximum quantity of bike sharing is when the humidity is on the 0.6. So based on this graph also, we can conclude that humidity also affected the numbers of bike sharing. So when the humidity is higher, the total of user rented a bike also higher. But when the humidity more increasing, we know that the people did want to rent a bike for it, to use a bike sharing. So for the next result, I will pass to Nawaliza.
Okay, next one. We will see the box plot for season and weekday versus count. Okay, for the season, the median for spring is more than 2,000 and median for summer is more than 4,000, which is nearly 5,000. Then for fall is 5,000 and winter is more than 4,000. Next, for the weekday versus count, which is from Sunday to Saturday, the median for Sunday is more than 4,000 Uh, Monday is also more than 4,000, and it is same to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which is there are no big difference, which is uh, more than 4,000. Next. Okay, this one is the scatter plot, which we plot the scatter plot to show the relationship between temperature and count on weekday and holiday. So the orange plot is for working day and blue plot is for holiday. So from the scatter plot, we can conclude that the um, the temperature and the count has a strong positive relationship for holiday and working day. Next. Okay, the last one is we plot the scatter plot to understand the spread, which is variance between testing data, which determined by actual data and predicted data. Y pred is the predicted data and Y test is the testing data, or we can call it as actual data. So from the graph, we can conclude that these two variable has strong positive relationship. Then we find R2 score, which will determine whether the actual and predicted data is correlated or not. As the R2 score is near to 1, so we can conclude that actual and predicted data is correlated and the model is valid. That's all for me. Thank you.
Conclusion. In conclusion, bike sharing system have proven to be an effective means of providing affordable and convenient transportation option for cities and communities. Based on the analysis that we get, we can conclude that bike sharing demand is high during the spring season because of the temperature and humidity effect. Overall, bike sharing system have the potential to reduce traffic congestions, improve air quality, and promote healthy lifestyles, making them an attractive option for cities looking to implement sustainable transportation solutions. That's all from us. Thank you.